All right, I think we have Alex here, Alex de Pase.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you. It's been too long.
Yes, very long time, man. How is it going?
Oh, it's going great. Life is treating us pretty well considering the circumstances. We have a lot of space and a lot of art projects, and none of this is a shock to us. We just can't get out and see our friends and can't tattoo. That's a shock.
Yeah, this is strange, but in the same time, I never had all this free time for me and for my family. So,
Yeah.
how's going on there?
Well, we're functioning as artists, and we're spending time outdoors. I mean, we've got an outdoors to go to. My heart goes out to the apartment dwellers in the big cities that,
Uh,
oh man, I feel you guys right now, and yeah, that's a hell of a situation, and I hope that being able to improve ourselves as artists is a way to
yeah,
not go stir crazy. And
exactly. Yeah, but it's so strange, man. It's never been stocked at home for all this long. Now it's 20 days that we are stocked at home,
wow.
and maybe for another month and a month, at least a month, maybe a
Yeah,
little more. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I think May 1st is what we're looking at best here.
yeah.
I think we're all going to be wearing masks while we're tattooing. At
Yeah,
least
yeah,
during
we
certain
have.
seasons.
But now we don't. We really don't know when we can work again. Because they said in about a month it's going to be a little more easy, but it's not sure when every kind of business can start again.
Yeah.
So at the moment we don't know anything. It's kind of strange. It's not easy. Not easy.
That's been
Yeah.
the worst thing about this since the very first coronavirus headlines was just the uncertainty, not knowing. We know there's something bad. It's like there's some kind of tidal wave of shit way off in the distance, and
Yeah.
it's going to hit, but you can't really know when or what it's going to be like or how it's going to affect you.
Yeah, exactly. This is the worst thing, because you do know you know anything, at the moment you don't know anything, so it's very hard. It's very hard. But in the same time, as I told you, it's a good opportunity to for us in a sort of way. You have to see a good thing also in this difficult moment. So it's important to try to think in this way.
Every creative person should be using this as an opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is true. This is true. And I'm
So,
also sure that after this period will pass, our business will go very fast. We'll restart very fast because it was a very good moment for us. So I'm sure after this stop, everything will restart very, very fast and even better than before.
in the 2008 financial crisis, tattooers
Yeah,
did fine. I think that we
yeah,
might be seeing a little bit, uh, you know, of an unemployment problem.
yeah.
And some of our clients might have to bow out for a little while, but they'll be back in force when they're ready. And um,
Mm.
you know,
Yeah,
it may be that we're going to end up having a lot more people paying with credit cards.
yeah.
You know, uh,
So, yeah, yeah.
maybe we need to create a tattoo credit union. So people can get a very
It's an
low interest rate.
idea. It's an
Yeah,
idea.
seriously.
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Let's talk about Alex DePass as an artist and as a teacher, because you've taught seminars and you've
Yeah.
created, we have your DVD. I
Yeah.
think you've done more than one recorded seminar, and you are an experienced educator.
Yeah.
And as a tattoo artist, you are a realist, although you have a very distinct style for how like some realists, more so than others. Nico Hurtado would be another example.
Mm.
Stylize their photos a little bit to make them better tattoos, which I
Mm.
definitely think is true about what you're doing, but you have a very distinct way of doing it that makes your work
Mm.
recognizable. And
Thank you.
so, I'm curious, like just in today's short interview, I'd like to ask you, what have been some of the most important things that you have realized as a teacher when you're talking to other artists, including artists who are already experienced and already pretty good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
and what are some of the take homes that you try to give them that are the most important?
You have to, I think there are two different ideas about how to teach, because in one hand, you have to think about the technique, but in my opinion, it's not the main topic. For me, what is really changed when you teach somebody and you want to help somebody to improve is to try to teach them to change their mind, to try to change their approach to the arts, to everything, because if you can understand that you have to go deep and look at deep inside yourself, you can make it the real improvement. Techniques come after. As you say, that Nico has his own technique. I have a different technique. It's a two different approach. Also, other realistic artists has different techniques. That means that every different kinds of techniques can work. You know what I mean? What I try to communicate to my students is that how they first of all they need to be they have to be clear in their mind their objective, their goal, and then go step by step to find the solution to their goals. So for example, don't think how I make my final work. Try to understand why your work is not working, your tattoos is not perfect at the moment. Try to look into yourself. What's your problem? Maybe you have to concentrate more in studying the pictures. You know what I mean? For example, you are too much concentrate on the tattoos and you miss some details on the picture. And that means in the end, you have two different results. So my suggestion is look into yourself, set up your goals, and then go step by step. Don't rush. Take your time and make a step forward, one before the other, a small step. And then when you achieve the first goal, you can go to the next goal.
Yeah.
And in this way, if you can understand that you have to, first of all, make focus on your goals, make plans how to go to the final goals step by step. The time passes very fast, and in 6 months you can change completely the result of your tattoos.
Absolutely.
I hope you can understand my English. But
oh, you're very good.
I do my best, to
you're nice and clear. Absolutely.
The concept. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one of the most important things for somebody who's trying to improve, and that includes myself, I try to apply this every day, is knowing what questions.
Sorry, what?
Is knowing what questions to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, like, for example, the thing that I've been concentrating on in my own work is how does it look from a distance? And do I have enough clarity? Am I using contrast the best I can? And, am I too fuzzy? And I think a lot of the times people will just look at their work and say, what's it missing? It's just, but you need to be able to look at it and ask yourself the key questions. Does it have enough clarity?
I totally agree. And in a different world is what I say, you are thinking in a different way. You are not concentrating what you do right here, but you try to look the same tattoos or the same ideas from another point of view. And this makes the difference, It's a kind of continuous research. Also looking for new questions, for the right questions about yourself, about your work, So I totally agree with what you're saying.
So one of the things that I'm wanting to do with our seminar, and I don't know if Gabe has already talked to you about this, but we're going to be giving people an exercise to do.
Yeah.
At the end of it. And so
cool.
I don't know if you have an idea yet for that, but I'm guessing it's going to be a realism or portrait-based assignment. Like, for example, after we're done talking for the hour and a half or so, with you showing lots of examples and really talking about what the important things are with each one, what was on your mind when you tattooed this particular photograph in this particular way, what you exaggerated, what you didn't include, things like
Cool.
that. And then this assignment is going to be something to do possibly with optimizing a photo reference into a strong, clear, readable, and nicely stylized tattoo.
Yeah.
Although it'll be a drawing, obviously, it'll be on paper.
Cool. Yeah, sure.
So
Sure.
here's a question. Do you ever take your photo references and work with them in Photoshop or actually redraw them on paper or anything like that?
Okay, normally not, because most of the time I have to make portraits, and normally
Right.
I have not the chance to make my own photo to the customer. Also, I don't have at the moment the skills to make good photos, So at the moment I don't take my own photos. Yeah. Also, you know what? Most of the time, you have to do like commemorative tattoos, like for a picture of people who already died. So
Right.
and this is a big part of my work is to make commemorative stuff. So of course it's impossible.
Right. The photo quality is often not the greatest.
Not
And,
always. It's not always the perfect picture.
right.
And also, I don't want also to change too much and work too much in a picture that the client provide me, because I don't want to take the risk to change the atmosphere of the picture. It's
Yes.
true. If I pump up the contrast, of course I can have more contrast, of course, in the tattoos, and this make me sure that the tattoo will last better and forever stronger. But in the same time, there is a little risk to change a little bit the atmosphere. That means that is not giving the same emotions to the viewer,
Okay.
And for me, it's very important that when I do a portrait, I want that the customer feels the same feeling and the same emotion as when he looks at that picture. Because if they choose that picture and not other picture, it's because that picture means something for them, And if you pump up too much the colors or the contrast or whatever, is the risk is that there is not the same emotion on this picture, You understand
Well,
what I mean?
I very
You
much
get
look forward to talking about these things while looking at actual examples of your work, and we can go over some of your very favorite pieces, and we can hopefully see some of them next to their photo references, and
sure,
talk about
sure,
how you approached it. Maybe see some of the stencils if you've got those. Talk
sure,
a little bit about your process of translating
sure.
it again. And
Fantastic.
if
Yeah.
you've got any good step-by-step video
Yes,
is
I will
okay
try to
too.
find it. No,
Okay.
I have something. Also a step-by-step video. There's a kind of DVD almost that is ready, but it's not recorded, and on the
Okay.
DVD is not printed on the DVD, but I have it, so we can share it.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe choose a few minutes of that, things that you think are of interest, and then we'll fit all this together into an hour and a half, and we're going to give people an assignment, and
Fantastic.
then we're going to get together again about 3 days later uh, on chat here, and we're going to go over everybody's assignment, spend a couple minutes talking about each one,
So
and
okay,
we're going to give everyone a chance to strengthen their realism skills and to really flex their artistic muscle a little bit here.
fantastic. That's cool. For me, it's perfect.